Have you ever thought it's too late to chase your dreams or passion because of your age? Meet the film director who changed her path and earned her master's degree in her 60s. Discover how she forged her own path and didn't let her age hold her back to pursuing her dreams. Let us all welcome film director Sockie Fernandez. Hi Sockie, how are you?
Hi Kim, I'm alright. Sleepy because I'm not a morning person.
It's
but
okay.
For love of you and Pao, I'm here.
Thank you so much for guesting us in today's episode. And Sockie, I'm really curious. So, what motivated you to pursue a master's degree at over 60 years old?
I know. I can say I believe, I've always believed in innovation. And even before I went to graduate school, I always believed that life was something which was constantly moving, that you never stop. So if you are doing something, you can actually branch out, you can actually do new things, try new things. And I'm very curious about life and things. So I said, I've always been in the creative field for 30 something years. 30. Creative field, advertising and films and stuff like that. So I said, for a change, I want to do business. That's what I want. That's why I decided to enroll in a business school of all places. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that's where it led you to Masters in Innovation.
Innovation in business.
Innovation. Right. Okay. So when you pursued this course in AIM, since how did you cope with? Was there a challenge with you coping with the latest technology in terms of learning? Because right now it's like a hybrid. There's virtual classes, and then face-to-face before. Right. So how was your adjustment stage?
Well, yes, it was very challenging. First and foremost, I am not a technical person. I never was good in math. I mean, I really winged my math classes. So, I tried chemistry for 2 years, but it wasn't for me because my family has a pharma business, right? So, what was difficult for me was actually like stuff like accounting, AI, understanding, writing code, etc., etc. But I realized that there is a way of learning things that you don't have to be an expert. You just need to know. You need to know the concepts, you need to know the frameworks, and then with a lot of help from my friends. You know. Another thing was, my classmates, I'm probably the second oldest person in class.
You don't look your age.
But I was. And everybody was like half my age. They were like the age of my daughter, So I said, I enjoy young people because I teach. I also teach in college. So I am quite familiar with young people, but it's actually parang, whoa, these young people are so smart, because remember, I mean, at a certain point in your life, your memory kind of fades a little bit. It's like, ano nga ba yun? So, and these young kids are so sharp. But what was the happy surprise was, instead of me getting competitive or worried, they helped me. And I helped them a lot in terms of their personal problems.
Yes, that's good.
So what I lacked in terms of know-how, in terms of technology, etc., I like to think that I could actually share with them in terms of wisdom. And living,
that's good.
Which only comes with living, right?
Yes.
So there's. So in the end, I wasn't sure at one point whether I would finish it. There was a point when I wanted to give up, and I said, kaya ko ba to? But hey, we're graduating at the end of the year.
Congratulations!
Grabe, no?
Yeah. When is the graduation?
December 8th, I think.
Oh, diba?
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a really grueling process for you, diba?
Right.
So, and that's good kasi in a way, you complement also your classmates kasi you're parang it's like bridging the gap between
Right.
the generation. So,
Right.
how was your relationship with your classmates? Did you had a difficult time connecting with people with different generations? So how was the adjustment period of like dealing with
You
different?
know what? I had a wonderful class. I did not have any problems connecting with them. They had no problems connecting with me. I think, I mean, normally when you actually have groups, sometimes like in groups, there would be a little bit of differences in terms of how things are done, style, etc. But everything could be resolved there. Everything was resolved. It's just a matter of keeping an open mind and being willing to see things from the other person's point of view.
Yes.
So I think being an older person in class, I kind of had that, I started with this objective in mind. And so I said, I can't give up.
Of course,
So
yes.
I always put my objective as the prime reason or my reason for doing things, right?
Yes.
So that kept me going. So I had no problems with my classmates. Yes, I can't even think of anyone whom I didn't kind of connect in a good way. Yes.
Oh, okay. So all in all, it was a really good experience.
Absolutely, yes.
And then, like, how does it feel like? Of course, after years, diba? You're returning to class. Parang, what was going on in your head? Like, how was that feeling? Like, okay, I thought I'm already done with my studies, and here I am again, going back to, to school. So, can you share with us what you were feeling during that time?
I loved it because, as I told you, I've always been a curious person. I've always liked to know, paano ba to? How is this? Why does this stick? So actually, it was very exciting for me because I felt young again. Kasi parang you were learning new things, and then you actually get point of views of your classmates who are from a younger generation. You realize, okay, it's not too far from how I feel, or it's slightly different, but maybe I can combine it.
Yes.
So there, that sort of. Am I answering the question? See, I kind of got lost.
Yeah, parang did you feel nostalgic? Like parang,
Yeah.
Did you feel nostalgic, especially you're going back to school again?
Right.
Parang what is the feeling that, parang what was going on in your head? Like, let's say, oh, I feel so young. Oh, I feel like, do you
Yeah.
feel like very excited? Like parang, or like, okay, I'm gonna go back to class again after such a long time.
It felt good. It felt very good. It gave me purpose. It gave me meaning. It made me understand. Like, for example, when we were going, let's say, to things like business frameworks, I go, oh my goodness, yung pala yun. That sort of thing. Or I kind of felt that it should be this way, but you're now putting a name to it.
Yes.
That sort of thing. So this was very exciting. So I would really, really encourage, what do you call this? You guys out there to actually not put a cap on what you can do, regardless of what age you are, because there's no stop. There's no, what you call this? There should not be no cap to learning. That's how I feel. So go for it, because while you can, go for it. Yes.
Yes, I totally agree with you with regards to that, because a lot of people, like, they feel like they're putting a barrier within themselves that I'm too old for this, I'm too old for that, I'm already set for this, why should I start another path? It's too late for me. So that's good that you were able to forge your own path at your age. It's never too late to start a new path, right?
Actually, I'm sorry.
Yes,
No, I remember this interview that what you call this, Jane Fonda gave. You know who Jane Fonda is, diba? But she's what you call this, but she's somebody very popular during my time, and she was talking about your third act. And the third act is that stage in your life, like the last 30 years of your life, where you actually would like, parang how do you live it? How do you live it the best way you can? And then she says, in the world's view, kasi things deteriorate as you grow old, deteriorate. Parang it ends, and then, but there's one thing which does not, which keeps going till the day you die, which is the human spirit.
Oh.
So, which means the human spirit is something which does not deteriorate with time. So, using that, if you have that in you, then age should not be a problem, regardless of whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because it's what makes us, makes life worth living.
Right.
And it gives us purpose as well to
Right.
pursuing our passion.
Right.
And what role did your family play? Like, parang how did your family react when you told them that you were gonna pursue a master's
They
degree?
were laughing at me. Are you serious? My brother was a lawyer who was saying, ano ba? Ano ba? At your age, you're still gonna go
You're
to
also
school."
established as a film director
Yeah,
na,
and
diba?
okay, ano pa hinahanap mo, di ba? Parang nababaliw ka ba, di ba? And then my daughter, who's actually taking her PhD right now in Cambridge, she
Yes.
goes, do you really need it? Did you really need it? And then in spite of all these naysayers, yung tigas ng ulo ko, sabi ko, sige, gagawin ko pa rin. And then now, I actually, when I tell them about my experience, then I say, okay, actually, they now say, okay, buti nga kinuha mo. And then it has actually turned out for the better because right now, I'm handling the family business. So from directing, and since I'm the eldest, parang, you're supposed to handle the business. And since now I'm handling the business, sabi, ay ate, kaya pala kinuha mo yan. Kasi now you're equipped to handle the business. Because if I went straight from directing to managing a business,
You don't have any foundation in
I
managing.
would not know what to do. Or even if I kind of think I knew what to do, I wouldn't be confident.
I agree.
And then the school was able to give me the correct social connection for me that kung di ko kaya mag-AI, kung di ko kaya gumawa ng ganyan-ganyan ng IT, alam ko kung sino tatawagin ko. So
Yes.
I know who to call. So it gave me the right social capital for me to be able to handle what I am doing now. And the thing is, I'm not giving up directing because I still direct once in a while. I still, I can choose my projects, diba? So so I still direct. I teach. I
Yes.
teach in college. I teach in several universities because I feel at my age it's time to give back.
Yes.
Diba? It's give back time. And 3 is I'm handling the family business. So which
Wow.
means not alone, but with my sisters. But the thing is, now mas alam ko na. I'm more equipped to handle. So I really see that God has a purpose and a
Yes.
plan for us. That sometimes you're given opportunities and you just have to take the lead. And then you realize, okay, kaya pala. Now it makes sense.
Everything unfolds. Parang at first you were like questioning everything. Why is this happening? And then everything has a purpose.
Yes. You realize, okay, may purpose pala siya.
Yeah, and actually I really admire you because you have wear different hats as a film director,
Right.
as a master's degree graduate, and then handling the family business. So how do you balance your time with with what you're doing right now? Do you still sleep?
Yun nga, grabe eye bags mo, no? No, how do you balance your time? You just really need to know what is important.
Okay.
Those which you just need to have to prioritize, di ba? And then you have to also have self-care. Kasi if you do not have self-care, like exercise, or I do yoga, and I need to go back to the gym, if you don't do that, then you won't be able to do all these things. So it's really being able to prioritize things and to have time to take care of yourself also. Diba? Like I like to read, I like to watch films, so I make time for that. And then friends.
Yes.
You have to make time to see friends. Social connection with the right people is so important.
Your
diba?
circle is very important.
People who actually make you feel good about yourself. People who actually have the right energy for you.
I agree.
That's so important.
I agree.
Yun lang yun.
Yeah, people who are like has the same wavelength as you.
Right.
Who will
Or not
grow.
necessarily the same wavelength. I mean, in fact, I like to be with people, same wavelength then, but have different interests, have different points of views. I like that. Iba-iba. But at least yung, alam mo yun, yung good vibes.
I agree.
The important thing is you respect each other regardless of your differences. So you agree to disagree. And I like to be with people like that. And I like people to treat me the same way. There you go.
That's good. So, lastly, what projects are you currently working on right now? Since you mentioned that you're still doing film, so can you share with us?
Well, right now, kasi, how is it? You can't actually share the clients that they're dealing with because you're confident. But I am doing some corporate stuff.
Okay.
I'm actually working out. Hopefully, we can do a documentary on something which is meaningful. So I will share with you when I know. But I'm still working it out at the moment. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sockie, for gracing us in today's episode and sharing your story with us. And always remember to all our viewers that it's never too late to pursue your passion, to forge your own path. Be like, our guest, Sockie. So she ignored all the naysayers, all the people who discouraged her to start her own path. What is important is what makes you happy and fulfilled in this lifetime. If you like this episode, I would like to hear your thoughts by commenting below. And don't forget to share this with your friends as well. So if ever you know any friends who are at this age or who feels like it's too late to start a new path, then it's time to share this with your friends as well. Till next time, bye!